What's up, everybody? I'm back. I really wanted to record some extra videos before we go out in 2023 because 2023 was a very good year, and I realized that my last video was my birthday video. So yeah, it's been a minute. It's been a minute. I thought it would be nice to show my guitars. I have traded in some guitars this year. I've bought a couple guitars this year, and my collection is almost complete. Most of my guitars are in the house right now. There's only one guitar that's missing, and that's my Stratocaster. But I thought it'd be nice just to take all the guitars out and have a good old guitar party. And just enjoy and play and jam and do all the things that I really like to do, and get back into making more videos because that's what I want to do, you know. So without further ado, let's start with the first guitar, shall we? This is the this is the first guitar. This is my Epiphone Les Paul Standard, and this is the first guitar I bought with my own money. My first real guitar. Like, I had the Squire, that was a starter kit, and this was the first guitar that I wanted because I was listening to Charvel Santana and Slash back then, and I figured out that I needed a Les Paul to get that sound. So this was the first guitar that I bought. It's been with me for a very long time. I would say, yeah, close to 20 years. Maybe 15 years, something like that. 15 years. I would say 15 years. It's a very nice top. I believe that this was called Dark Honeyburst or something. It has seen some changes in its life. I've got rid of the original pickups. There are Wilkinson pickups in it. I've upgraded the bridge, and I think there are 500K pots now in it because the 500Ks that were in this thing were not 500K. That's it, basically. I lost my truss rod cover. But this guitar has been a working horse for me a long time ago. Got the sticker. This is a funny story though. A friend of mine, he visited the States, United States, and he brought stickers for my guitar. So a couple of them all have stickers, so that's very nice. And this doesn't get many use. It's tuned half step down with a drop tuning, so it's, what is it, D flat. And I've had this in different tunings, in drop C, drop B, regular tuning, but this right now just serves as a guitar for me when if I have to learn a song that's half step down, E flat or D flat. That's what this guitar does for me. Doesn't get a lot of, like, it's very dusty. It doesn't get a lot of road use, but man, I should be playing this thing more. It's just a killer guitar. All right, on to the next. So this is a new addition to the family, I would say. This is a $100 guitar. This is a Fazley Outlaw series. This is a yeah, what do you say, a Jazzmaster look-alike, and purchased this for my band, which is a Dutch band, the Vikkeren. And already put the sticker of the logo of the band on it. I have a couple more, so once it peels off, I'll just do it. I'll just put another one on it. But I bought this because I wanted the feel of a Les Paul, but I wanted the snap and attack from a Fender guitar. And this guitar, well, I still have to change the pickups because they sound a bit muddy. The cool thing about this guitar is that you can take the pickguard off and you can access the electronics like that. So it's a very nice way of, you know, you can really easily modify your guitar. I already changed the tuners because the tuners were pretty bad. So they got Wilkinson tuners on it. You can see it. Yeah. Stays in tune okay. Not too bad for $100 guitar. I wanted to prove a point that you can have just as much fun with $100 as with a very expensive PRS. So it's fun. It's going to see a lot of road use. So and you know, red, the color red. So this is the Vikkeren guitar. Yeah, fun little thing. Okay, so this is my vintage Les Paul Joe Bonamassa look-alike. This guitar was, besides the Gibson that I sold this year, it was one of the best Les Pauls I've ever played. I don't name all my guitars, but this has a name. I call this the Tank. This thing is heavy as, I mean, this thing is just weighs a ton, and it stays in tune in drop B. So I only play death metal with this thing, and it has seen a lot of road use. I should clean it properly once. I don't, because it's a vintage guitar. So the fun thing is that this, this is all done by the factory, but this one, you can see it here, camera, yeah, this one I did myself because it fell out of the case once and it just chipped away, boom. So this is a very cool guitar, heavy. It's meant for, doom and black metal and all that good stuff. And it also has the bird, like I said, from my friend who brought these from the States. And these are Gibson pickups with 500K putts into it. The original ones were very dark, and I think they're actually SG. It's an SG set. I believe these are yeah. I bought this from a friend of mine who had a SG, and I think he put EMGs in it, yeah. And so he had these pickups left, and I was like, hey man, I think I can use them for my Les Paul. And they sound very dark, but also very, I wouldn't say dark. They're not P90 like. They have quite a bit of medium output, but they rock for this is what a heavy Les Paul should sound like. Really cool guitar. Yep. So yeah, I'm going to use this a little bit more. Maybe in the future, because we're going to make a stoner doom kind of band, and then I think this guitar will see a lot of road use as well. Fun thing. This is a really fun guitar to play. Yeah. All right, up to the next. All right, so yeah, this guitar needs an introduction itself. This is the PRS Santana Retro that I purchased this year. Sacrificed my Gibson Les Paul for it, and this is amazing guitar. If I can play it, I'll play it live or in the studio or whatever. It's I should say that I'm very cautious a little bit about it, because if it gets scratched or dinged, it's not something you want for a 5K guitar. It will get scratched. It already has some scratches, to it, and it's gonna get my personality on it. But I never thought this guitar would be so bright and so usable and musical. It's a very, I would say, it comes reminiscent, or it would sound a little bit like a Telecaster, like a fat Telecaster. And because of the, the two-way switch, you can't, you can't split anything, no single coils. But yeah, man, it's a dream come true. Really cool guitar. And it's this one and the PRS and Stormbreaker that really get most of the usage for me. Those three guitars, they do it for me, man. So yeah, it's just an amazing guitar. Really cool. All right, let's move on to the next one. Okay, well, this guitar needs no introduction. This is Stormbreaker. Um, this has a very nice, touching story to it. Um, this came out of a guitar safari, and this is probably one of the best guitars I've ever played for this kind of money. So the story went, I went on a guitar safari with a couple of friends of mine, and I think I had my holiday money to spare to, so I was like, okay, I can get in some trouble here, I had a couple of $100 lying around. And we went on a guitar safari in Germany, in music store. And at the time I was looking for maybe a P90 Epiphone Les Paul, or anything, out of the ordinary. That I had a lot of Les Pauls back then and a lot of humbucker equipped guitars, and I thought, maybe get like a Black Beauty or anything, something like that. And I tried all the Les Pauls. I tried the Gibson, the more cheap Gibson variants, and tried the Epiphones. I didn't really like it. I didn't really like the guitars. It didn't really speak to me at anything. So then I was walking around, kind of, disappointed in the store, and this thing was in the corner. staring at me, and I walked by it, and I was like, "Oh, it's a Gibson." And I saw it's an Ibanez. I was like, I really do not like Ibanez's. So I picked it up anyway. And I started playing it, and my friends back in the day, they saw me, they saw me going in and out of the sound booth with guitars, and then I stayed in this booth for about 45 minutes, and they were like, "You're gonna buy this guitar, aren't you?" Yeah, I fell in love immediately. This thing, it feels like a Gibson. It felt like I don't think that this is a 58 kind of neck profile, but it is it's quite a neck. It's a chunky neck, I would say. It's not as big as the Slash Les Paul that I played, the custom Slash Les Pauls that you can get now, that you can order, but this does the Gibson thing really well. And so I bought it. I didn't buy the demo model. I bought the one from the magazine, or from the warehouse itself. And I took it on the road. It had Ibanez pickups with it, and they turned microphonic after, I think, 4 months, because the wax dried out. So I had to get new pickups for this guitar, and now it's had a couple of different pickups in it, but now it has a Seymour Duncan set in it, which is the 59 and the JB, and it's got coil taps, so I can get some coil tap action going. And this guitar is really, it's the burst killer, like everybody says. This thing sounds so versatile. If I play this thing, it's also a rock guitar, I should say. This thing can rock really well. This is the thing. Before I had my PRS Santana, this was the go-to do-it-all, guitar that I really couldn't, like, I wanted every night to play this guitar. And it wasn't, I didn't expect it. Never thought I would come home with a semi-hollow body. I really thought it would be another Les Paul, but nope. And an Ibanez. I don't like Ibanez's because of the radius, the radius of the neck. But this one, the Hardcore series, are really good. Yeah. So, Stormbreaker. Okay, so this was my first introduction to PRS. I think I bought this for Christmas it was 8 years ago. Was that like 2015 or something like that? Um, I saw the new 245 SEs coming out, and these were going for the old versions were going for for $200 less. So uh, I got this shipped to me um, by Max Guitar Store, I think. Yeah, and I did the PRS thing with this. What Paul Reed Smith says himself, you should pick up this guitar and be able to play it right off the wall. And I did that. It came home, and the next day I had a gig with it, and it delivered. This guitar can sound like almost like a P90 equipped Les Paul. It has a very nice scale length for me because I have small fingers, so for me this is fits right in. And it's been like a Swiss Army knife for me since I bought it. If I do any like fly gigs or any like if I have some last minute show to do for a band that asks me, then I take this one with me. It can do strats sounding stuff. It's a funky guitar, it's a metal guitar. This does everything, and then it's stock. There's nothing changed about it. Stock pickups. The only thing that died on me was the switch, so I put a switchcraft in it, and just an amazing guitar. It's got 10s on it. It came with 9s. It was unplayable with 9s, but yeah, this is the I don't know. This is a really cool guitar. I could do a whole gig with this guitar. The next guitar is my Charvel San Dimas. I bought this in Las Vegas. Wow, it must have been 2011, I think. Yeah, 2011, 2012. I was obsessed with Eddie Van Halen, and I needed a Floyd Rose equipped Stratocaster, and these things were very, very cheap back in the day. I believe they were 700 euro, somewhere like that. But they weren't available yet in the Netherlands back then, or they were very hard to come by. And I was visiting the States, so when in Rome, buy a guitar in the States, right? So I brought this one home, and it's seen some action. It has seen some scars. It fell down the stairs once, so but this is got the American Eagle here. This is a very nice guitar. It originally had the Evolution and the Tone Zone DiMarzio pickups in it, and I changed the bridge pickup a couple of times. It had a Jeff Beck pickup at one point in it. Didn't like it. The original tone zone is a bit muddy, so I put the Evolution bridge pickup into it to pair it with, because obviously the neck pickup sounds alright. So this is the original neck pickup, and now it's got the Evolution bridge with it, and yeah, it sounds it sounds like a Fender. It will always sound like a Fender because it is a Fender, of course, but it sounds a little bit thicker, and it can get really close to the Carlos Santana, the PRS that I have, because it does the high end thing really well, but it also has a little bit more focused low end. So yeah, this is a really cool guitar, and it gets you the the whammy bar Eddie Van Halen stuff, and it's very smooth to play, despite the fact that this is a 25.5-inch scale length. I don't like 25.5-inch scale lengths. I like the Gibson 24 3/4, or even the 245, the 245 PRS that I have. That's a very nice scale that I really like, but somehow it works. This is stretching the limit, but it's playable for me. And really cool sounding guitar. A lot of people actually, when they play this, want to buy it. She's not for sale. It's a really cool guitar. So, all right, on to the next. All right, so this is the very first acoustic, I would say. This is a new addition to the family. This is a Sigma. See? Yeah, Sigma Jumbo, I believe. I don't know the full name of this thing, but this is the budget guitar that they offer, made in China. And I traded my Taylor for this one. I sold my Taylor and I bought this one back because I really wanted a natural looking jumbo because of Daughtry, really. There's the songs Started Something Good, and that image stayed with me, that white natural jumbo with the mustache bridge. And I mean, could have gotten a Harley Benton, but I heard good stories about the Sigma, and so I bought this instead, and it's great. It's a great guitar. Very much the jumbo sound I was after, and it's already got a piezo built into it. It's got tuner in it. I merely adjusted the bridge saddle, or what is it? The bridge part. I had to sand it down a little bit because the action was too high. And believe it or not, this thing came with 0.13. That's heavy. I'm an electric player. I'm not an acoustic player, so it was pretty heavy to play 13s right, and the guitar didn't like it. It was going out of tune very fast, and now it's got 0.10s on it, and with I believe 52 on top, and it's doing a marvelous job. Really like it. You gotta have an acoustic. you might as well get a jumbo, because jumbos sound big and bold, and yeah, good sounding guitar. Really happy with this one. Yep. All right. Okay, so this is my bass guitar. This is also a Fazley. I bought this also from Buck's shop, which is the Dutch equivalent of Thomann. I needed a bass to record my EP back in the day. That's almost a year now, a year ago, and I bought this 5-string bass for what, less than 300, I think, and it stays in tune pretty well. It's a nice bass. It's got weak output, I would say, but you know, when you compress the hell out of it, who cares? But yeah, very nice. It's always good to have a bass when you're recording your own stuff, so this is no exception. And I could change the pickups on this one and get a little better sounding pickups on this, but yeah, it's a great bass. Gets the job done, you know. It's pretty heavy too, I would say. It's not light. Feels like an end table. Yeah, you know, the way that the lacquer is done and the way that it looks, it really looks like a piece of furniture with strings on it. But yeah, it's a cool bass. Gets the job done. Yep, gotta have your bass guitar, man. Show them some love. All right, I think that's about it. Oh, I have one more. This is okay. This is off the charts, or this is not. I have one more guitar that I'm going to show you, which doesn't get a lot of use, but yeah, it's a very cool guitar. So this is the odd one. This is a guitar that doesn't get a lot of use. It's an Eco 12-string. Belonged to I'd say a friend and a mentor to me, Rinus van Rodijnen. He was a bass player, and he passed away. Wow, I don't know how long, 8 years. Yeah. But this was his guitar, and it's gotten real, like the finish is really starting to crack, as you can see, and it has a lot of dents, and the binding is loosening up, and it doesn't stay in tune. I played it for his memorial a couple of years back. It was very hard to keep this thing in tune, but this is it's probably not even, it's not in tune, no. But this is a really cool looking guitar. If you want to say vintage, you know, this has gotten a lot of use, and it's been like, because of the humidity, it's just starting to, yeah, well, crack a little bit. You know, you can feel the it's a 3-piece neck, don't know if you can see that. Yeah. And the middle lane is starting to split, so it's probably at some point going to split the wood in the neck. So yeah, if you talk about heavy aging or relicking, this is what it looks like, man. And when it starts to crack, and I also think that he had a couple of neck cracks already. It's such a cool guitar. Not playing this anymore. This would be a waste because, you know, if it breaks, it's just too sentimental for me. And man, you can find ecos everywhere. There are so many cool ecos. You can buy them here in Europe for a couple bucks, and maybe you should get the 6-string variant at some point. But really cool guitar. This is in the living room, and oh man, look at this. I don't know if you can see this. Look at that crack. I would, you know, try and see if I could fix it, but letting it fixed so that it's playable again. But right now, yeah, don't think you need to play this old lady anymore. Really just reminiscent of my friend, and I always think about this guitar when I look at him. When I look at this guitar, I think of him, and it's just really happy that it, you know, that it turned out in my hands, and just a connection to a friend, you know. This guitar is a connection to an old friend of mine. Just really cool. Yeah, those are all the guitars, I think. Yeah. So thank you for watching. Those were all my guitars. It was very fun to do. All the backing tracks that you heard were from Elevator Jam Tracks. And yeah, it's been a fun year. It's been fun. 2023. Very much guitar related. And yeah, man. Let's see what 2024 will bring. Alright. See you guys.